Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to another episode of Mayhem on Thursdays. It's been a crazy week for Steel Cage Wrestling, getting, the band back together, trying to get back on form, and we've certainly got a strong roster and a packed match card for you tonight. Let's have a look at what we have. You talk about cards and you do not stack them any higher than tonight's. What a card we have for you tonight. Louis Childs and Bob Caldwell taking on Joe Bullingham and Aiden in a Tornado Tag Steel Cage match. Jazz Shawbridge will be facing Holly Hash, a match for the ages right there, in a tables match. And then we have a one-on-one last man standing between Baren Garina and Grohl. I hope I pronounced those names right. If not, please do forgive me. We have a fatal four-way battle royale of El Paprika, Crusher Clyde, Red Skull and Reed Lavara. I think that is, I'm hoping. And then, of course, the main event, the triple threat elimination match for the Mayhem Championship. Ultimate Ace, Big Gus and Jaden Lyons. I mean, what a match card. Also, it's important to state that all of these matches, well, at least the first match, the second match, the fourth match and the fifth match will determine placements in the Elimination Chamber coming up at SteelMania on June 5th. So without further ado, let's get into the first match of the evening. Mason King versus Daniel Stevens.
Okay, and welcome to what is going to be an incredible night. My name is Kieran Goat and I'm joined ringside by the one, the only Brad Bishop. Talk to him, Brad.
Hello, well yes, this is definitely going to be an exciting night, and this is the first bout that we have.
Wait,
and
first bout?
This ain't boxing,
Man, coming in from the left corner.
Like, what are you all about, my man? Oh, you know exactly what I meant, Kieran. I really can't be asked with this sarcastic manner right now.
I mean, we can kick things off. You want to go? Yeah, that's what I thought. Go backstage, interview some wrestlers or something.
Let's focus on the show in hand. We have Mason King. Now, one of our interviewers, Information Ian, had a word with Mason King earlier. He calls himself the uncrowned king of wrestling. When we actually try and look at a bit, at his history, it's a bit shady, a bit mysterious, you could say. So we don't know too much about him, but there is one thing for certain. This guy wants to be in the Elimination Chamber.
SteelMania. There are 6 seats in that match. 4 of them are up for grabs tonight. 2 of them determined in the previous Mayhem show. If you haven't checked it out, it is live on our YouTube channel, so feel free to go back and get yourself up to speed.
But this is the good old-fashioned Extreme Rules match tonight. We cannot wait to get underway. And to be fair, the peculiar thing about this is Mason King went on his socials earlier and just randomly called out Dan Stevens. There was no beef, there was no issues. He just literally called him out. I don't even think Stevens is on the socials yet, so he's just been called out for no reason. But Dan Stevens, like I know Dan Stevens, he's always up for a fight. This guy is one of the craziest cats that I've ever rolled with. One of the old school SCW guys. He won the Tag Team Championship at SCW in 2008.
And his opponent from New York, weighing in at 267 pounds, Dan Stevens.
And I talked to a lot of people about those days, the 2007 to the 2009 era. And a lot of people don't even really know what Bebo is. People get confused and they're like, what, so this happened before? But this was before we had, the luxury of online, not essentially online gaming, but gaming that, could be brought to a place like this online, if you know what I mean. We can pretty much connect an entire community by doing this, imaginary federation that's bringing everyone to life, and we're absolutely loving it here. But yeah, back in the day, it was a little less complicated. We used to do promos and we used to write promos. And here we are, though. The first match is underway at Mayhem. If you have not clicked on the subscribe button already, make sure you have, because this is going to be a crazy fight. We have SteelMania coming up next, and there's a few kicks to the torso early on from Stevens, trying to hold on, trying to control on a springboard. Whoa! And the gloating already from Mason King. A little bit of a backstab in this match already looks like quite a promising one. Obviously Extreme Rules, so anything goes. We're hoping to see some weapons. You know, this isn't some pantsy league. We want to be seeing some kendo sticks. We want to see some steel chairs. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a few tables. I think the audience does too. And he's working on the legs very early on, trying to get those. He's powerful on the kicks, Dan. He's definitely worked, you know, he's turning into a bit of a kickboxer now. But what's he doing? Middle rope, and he slams with a DDT. That looked very, very promising. And again, what he's going for the top ropes. Oh, another crucial blow. And I tell you what, Dan has become a lot more of a high flyer. The last time we saw him, surely not going to get the free count this early on. Mason King did not come here to lose this early on. Like we said, we don't know a whole deal about Mason, but we know that he looks promising. And I mean, let's face the facts, the dude looks scary. I actually had the fear of walking past him when he got off the bus earlier. The guy did not want to talk. All right, I know that he spoke to Information Ian earlier on. He's got the kendo stick. This is what we came to see right in front of our announce table. Absolute blows and a knee to the head. How is Stevens going to come back from this? I don't know why Stevens opts to wear these, you know, green shoes. I mean, personally, I think they're disgusting. I know if Brad Bishop was still on this announce table, if I didn't tell him to piss off earlier, then he would agree with me. But I tell you what, this match has taken another turn. You know, it was Stevens controlling the pace early on. Mason now getting his word in. He's probably heard me say that I haven't, you know, have doubts on who he is. We don't really know him. He's mysterious. You can't just say you're good in an interview. We're not just going to believe that. You need to prove your worth. And I tell you what, he's proven it now. Is he looking for a submission? Definitely wearing down the wrist. And I tell you, a man needs his wrist. Let's face the facts that he's doing the announce table. This is what we came to see. This is why we have the foreign announce table, in case anyone wants to get thrown. But unfortunately, they're going back into the ring. I say unfortunately. You know, I do want to see our wrestlers get injured. I would love to see it. I'm not here for all the fancy wrestling. I'm not here for that. This is back in the ECW days. We want to see our wrestlers hurt. We want to see our wrestlers in pain. And I tell you what, I got to say, the Vile King is looking promising, looking for a little bit of a move there. I'm not sure what he was going for, but Stevens again reflecting, deflecting, and doing what he does best, going for the count. I think it's a little cheeky, not even laying the 2 count there. A little cheeky. Oh, a kick to the head. I tell you what, Stevens is the man of doing things behind your back. That's what he prides himself in. He's got a kendo stick out as well. Now they're exchanging, but I think he's going to the ring a little slow with the kendo stick, sort of setting himself up for this incredible combo that Mason is just laying down at the moment. What a move. And I tell you what, I'm writing Mason down as a key contender in the Elimination Chamber should he make it there. He's absolutely hammering it, going for the 3 count. Will he get it? I very much doubt it. I know Stevens always backs out. You gotta hang on. You gotta really push. Both of these guys I'm seeing already. I don't know Mason well, but he's going top rope, which is something I probably didn't think I would see. To the torso. God, that's going to make your food come up early. That is not something you want to have happen to you. And he's really going to town on Stevens now. I haven't seen Stevens struggle like this really before. He's trying to wear him down, trying to get those wrists aching, really getting to work on that back as well. I think he's paying Stevens back. Like we said, Stevens is, you know, known for going behind people's backs and making moves. But I tell you what, Mason has literally turned around this match. He's literally controlled the pace. He's absolutely annihilating at the moment. I've got to say, this guy is surprising me. The Vile King, the uncrowned king. He may be crowned coming up at SteelMania. Do you see Mason going through? It's a tough one for me, definitely. This guy is really going to town on Stevens' back, though. He's going to make it hard for Stevens to even stand up, but he does. an incredible deflection and the resilience, the absolute resilience from Stevens. He's going for another weapon now. What we're going to see, is it a chair? We're going to see a ladder. We got a table in the works. Oh, a table to the face. Sit down. Sit down. Remember who the OGs are and respect the OGs. You don't go out here calling out OGs. The disrespect from Mason King, thinking that he could just go out there and name drop one of the biggest in the game. And I tell you what, I can't wait to talk to Stevens myself and see what he's got to say about this cat. Who is this guy and why does he think that he can come into our federation and talk some smack? Look at him. That's it, you sit down, Stevens. I'm a little biased, all right? I'm a Stevens fan myself, trying to go for the Poison Rama, I think, there. It definitely looked like it, and he's going to get it off. He's going to get it off. It's the Poison Rama, the choke slam. And he's gone for the 1. He's gone for the 2. Could it be? And it's the 3. Mason King. Remember his name. We'll be seeing you in the Elimination Chamber. What a result. Wow, that was absolutely sensational. Whoa, whoa. We're not done yet. A little bit of a rivalry sprue in there. A punch to the referee. What's he done? Why is he at Mike? Mike's been punched in the face.
You're like a siren, I couldn't fight. This time, I was trapped and waiting to die. All my life, I've been addicted to the wrong side. Every road I took, I despise. I won't lie, there's no exception here for this time. Heaven's done, remember you. I think it's time to go. Don't pretend like you're my angel. Why you drag me straight to hell? You fly broken wings and all of my dreams.
And all of that is coming. SteelMania, June 5th. We absolutely cannot wait for this. So this is Bob Coldwell. He's definitely excited, feeling the energy of the fans, as you can see here. The guy grew up on a farm, and at 15 years old,
Only contest is a tag team steel cage match. Introducing first, from Jackson, Mississippi, weighing in at 203 pounds, Bob Coldwell.
So as I was saying, Coldwell actually grew up on a farm, and at 15 years old, he was trained and managed by the one and only Seth Rollins, doing a little bit of a tribute to Rollins with the dance there, as you can see. He is in a faction, I suppose you can call it, Prize Fighters Incorporate. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how these guys get on in Steel Cage Wrestling. Important thing to note is the 2 winners of tonight will be going in the Elimination Chamber against 4 others. So friend or foe, you're going to be going against each other on Saturday. And speaking of the Prize Fighters Incorporate, we have another dude who's repping it. We have Louis Childs. Now this guy, we know, has actually been a multi-time tag and world champion at the British Indies. So he's definitely someone to watch out for. I mean, why is he wearing sunglasses? Someone tell him he's inside, please. This guy has no reason to be wearing shades right now.
And from London, England, weighing in at 215 pounds, the Anarchist.
So yeah, this guy actually has a little bit of previous in the British Indies, so definitely one to watch out for. LC, he likes to be referred as, well, you know, he's saying something, but he's not saying it to us, and that's what we want to hear. We want to hear him talk, not out of his voice, though. Actions speak louder than words, they say, and we're going to find out tonight if that's true. So, as we said, this is the Prize Fighters Incorporate, so let's see who they're paired up against. So Joe Bullingham, the showstopper he calls himself, one thing's for certain, we do not want this show to be stopped tonight. We're only getting started, but the sheer size of this guy, I mean, he looks like he'll climb up that 20-foot cage, and instead of climbing out, he'll just do a swanton bomb on his opponent and then climb back out again. This guy looks like he is flexible as hell, and I'm sure he's going to be a pleasure to watch this dude in the ring. Who's he teaming up with? Well,
You can call him Flair, you can call him Flay, you can call him Aiden,
a man of many identities.
And from New York, weighing in at 229 pounds, hey!
I tell you what, I'm super stoked for this steel cage. It's been a while since we've actually been in steel cages. You know, we originated from steel cage matches. It's pretty much the name of the corporation. So it's definitely good to feel at home, see these steel cages in play. We were going to have them actually on every single match originally, like we did back in the Bebo days, but we feel like steel cages may get a little bit tiring, a little bit tedious if we keep doing them. So we're staying homage, and we're going to keep at least one steel cage match in at least once a week for the weekly show. Once a week, which pretty much makes sense, and I'm just repeating myself here. This guy is feeding off his ego right here. Aiden is ready to go and make some moves. I tell you what, I'm ready to watch. I have not seen tag team action in a very long time, and I feel that this is a great aspect because we're going to see whoever comes out on top today go off against each other in the Elimination Chamber. And I'll tell you what, I hope they're first and second in the Elimination Chamber, because it's just going to be sweet, sweet, sweet.
So here we go, feels good to see it. Steel cage action for the first time in a very long time. Now, what is the strategy here? Are these guys going to go short? Are they going to play the long haul? Unfortunately, we do not actually have Brad Bishop to be commentating with us. I insulted him earlier on. You may see us in the ring together in a couple of weeks having a fight, who knows? But look at this. Joe isn't wasting any time at all. This guy just wants to get out straight away, but I don't think Bob's going to be having it. If I know Bob like we all know Bob, Bob's definitely not having that. Throws him right back on to the mat. And I tell you what, this is going crazy. I thought he was dropping an F5. And look at these guys just climbing straight away. They're not even up for action. These guys just want their place in the Elimination Chamber. We're not really seeing teamwork. It's just, oh, that was sensational though. We know that we're going to be getting some interesting, high-flying moves from Joe. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm hoping I just want to see someone absolutely springboard from the top of the cell. That would be interesting, but let's keep our hopes, let's keep our wits about us and just enjoy what we've got in front of us right now, and that is action inside a steel cage. And I'm going to tell you what, Bob and Joe literally just trading passes, and Joe just falling off, losing complete balance there, struggling to try get himself further up. And I'll tell you what, these guys really need to just lay themselves down for a bit, cause some damage and just focus on that, because there's no point hammering into each other for about 5 seconds and then climbing up, because you're not going to... Look at this guy gloating. He needs to calm down. Someone needs to have a word. Louis and Aiden are sort of getting the... oh, look at that synchronized punching. That was beautiful. But yeah, Louis and Aiden are definitely getting the bear front there, going in on each other, actually tiring each other out. So hopefully when they go for that pounce, when they try climb up the cage, their opponent isn't going to be up in time. But we're not seeing much teamwork at the moment. Everyone out for each other, literally just hammering. I think we've seen some blood coming from someone, not too sure who, but another climber. Literally, is there any strategy in this match? People just want to get out as quick as they can. And Louis is not wasting any time. Aiden's definitely not just going to sit there and allow him though. Surely this is going to go on a little bit further. They've gone up to height now. This is what we've come to see. This is what we all want to see. Fights at height. If it rhymes, then it certainly shouldn't be a crime. It should be entertainment, sports entertainment. Call it what you will. But Aiden just took a big dive off, and I feel like Louis may have the opportunity to get out here. No, not quite yet. Sitting on top of the cage is one of those situations, you know, when I was a child, I used to watch this and I just think, why don't you jump? If you jump, then you've won the match, you know? But when you're here staring at that 20-foot cage, it puts you off a little bit. You don't really have that confidence and you just sort of got to go for it. I tell you what, everyone's going for the climb now, and this is literally crazy. Louis trying to do anything he can. Joe not letting him escape though, and we got Aiden trying to climb up and Bob on the other side on the mat trying to stop him, and we've pretty much now got synchronized climbing. Look at this going on. Hopefully we got two guys sitting at the top of the cage at the end of this. This is what we want. Joe and Louis going, you know, pretty much. Oh, and a smack to the head. Is he going to push him off? Is he going to push him off? He cannot grab him. He's a little out of reach. Get closer, boys, and another to the head. They're both losing balance, and this is very dangerous. This is what we wanted to see, and he's pushed him off. Joe has fallen off, and that's a massive move there by Louis. If Louis can just get his other leg over, then he has escaped, and we'll be seeing him at the Elimination Chamber on Saturday. Will he be able to do it, though? It's tense. Oh, whoa! Who saw that come in? I tell you who did. Aiden, he was right there, and that was incredible reflexes, incredible reaction times not to allow him, and Joe's back up now, giving him that grief. Louis has pretty much just been sat up there now for about 2 to 3 minutes. I'm surprised this guy has actually, you know, held his ground for so long. That's something to be impressed by all on its own. And now I think we're just going to go for a little bit of a race again, trying to get to the top of the cage is Louis and Joe. But there we go, some teamwork now. Bob is not letting Joe do it. And this could be it. This could be it right here. Both Louis and Bob looking to climb over, but I don't think that Aiden's having it. And I don't think Joe's having it. This match could be going on for a very long time. It's definitely quite hectic at the moment. However, I do have the certain feeling that Bob's definitely got his leg over, and Louis managed to distract the other two. So I think Bob may be able to get himself out of this and into the Elimination Chamber at SteelMania. Yes, he does, but not yet. He obviously needs his other teammate. He actually needs Louis to climb over before this game. This isn't done. You know, if Aiden climbs over, the match isn't finished. You need your other partner to climb over as well. So it is a team game in a way. You need to rely, definitely. And Joe's going for the submission there, really trying to wear down as much as he can. And this is what I like to see, you know, it's not just about climbing in a steel cage match. You really got to work hard. But there we go, Aiden is out as well now. So it's purely between Joe and Louis Childs, and this is definitely going to be interesting. What's going to happen here? Are they both going to climb up? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Who's going to get their foot in first, though? Joe looking to climb down already. I don't feel like Louis is going to allow that. Louis definitely going to have something to say. And a punch. Oh, a smash to the head. I thought he was going to throw him the other way then. I thought he was just going to throw him over the fucking cage and say, there you go, you're done. But no, another kick to the head, and this looks painful. Very painful. He's thrown him off. He's thrown him off. Surely Joe's done it. Surely Joe's done it. I think it's over. I think it could be over right in front of our eyes. Joe and Aiden will potentially be going to SteelMania as long as Joe can get his leg over. I think they've done it. Well done, boys. We'll be seeing you at the World Heavyweight Championship Elimination Chamber match at SteelMania.
And the fans don't seem too happy to hear it, I'll tell you that much. I think there's a lot of, you know, prize fighter and corporate fans out in the crowd tonight, so a lot of boos. But look at this, we've got a friendship brewing. But watch out, boys, because you guys got to fight each other at SteelMania.
in only 2 days' time.
Hello, my name is Brad Bishop, and what a crazy match we've had so far. We now know 3 of the 6 going into the Elimination Chambers match. And we also know that Holly Hash will be going into the Women's Championship match. Now, I do SCW TV with Brad Bishop every single Friday. So if you want to make sure you want to catch every single episode, then hit that YouTube subscribe button, turn the notifications on, and follow us on your Talk of the Tick.
The following contest is a tables match. Making her way to the ring from Shanghai, China, the Psycho Princess.
The Psycho Princess, the one who has to be named. Call her what you will, but she has definitely proven herself. I mean, the first show we watched a crazy battle royale, and she definitely, shown us that she's not just a pretty face, she's here to absolutely cause havoc on her opponents, and I'm really excited to see this against Holly Hash. I think this is going to be a very well mixed match. So it is important to note here that Jazz is indeed married to the one they call Cursed Skull. Now, Cursed Skull is someone you do not want to get on the wrong side of. This guy and Red Skull were absolutely crazy back in the day. They're called the Blood Brothers. You'll be seeing Red Skull a little later tonight. Cursed Skull has not made the cut tonight. He's actually been unavailable for the last couple of weeks, and he is unavailable for the next couple of weeks, but we'll be seeing him definitely before the Unmistaken pay-per-view later in June. What is that I can smell? Is that Hash? That's definitely Hash. Here she is.
New York, the superstar.
Pretty blunt to call herself just a superstar, but I guess that's who she is. Pink and black. One of my, favorite matches when it comes to clothing. I feel like it's got, it's got a statement when you wear pink and black. You are messing with the happy, the playful side, but you've also got a lot of darkness in you as well. It's interesting to see Holly Hash, though, actually with a lot of experience, to be fair. CDW double lock winner, which is actually a league, a actual federation that was purely woman in Bebo, and let me tell you, it was chaos. But this is a tables match, guys. I cannot wait to see how this ends. Number 1 contenders for the Women's Championship. Let's get it underway. The tables match, probably one of my favourite matchups, definitely. Simply throw your opponent through a table. Now, I'll tell you what I miss. The old WWE matches that we used to have, the casket matches, the Inferno matches, Buried Alive. Some of those matchups were seriously crazy, but they were so fun. And I know what you were thinking. I was going to say bra and panties. I'm not going to say that. That match was actually extremely just wrong. In all honesty, that match was pretty crazy. We've come a long way from that. What a slap from Jazz, and she is showing who she is, the boss. And look at this. What was that? The Amsterdam cartwheel, she calls it. Absolutely crazy. Gloating a little bit to the fans, and there's a table right behind you, Jazz. You're going to want to watch out there. I think Holly, is going to be playing the long game. We know that Holly is a CDW champion. A CDW federation is not a federation you should be taking lightly. It's grew a lot of our wrestlers, Dan Stevens, Red Skull, all, and Cursed Skull indeed, all from CDW, one of the greatest federations around. They had a women's division and a men's division, and let me tell you, it was pretty much a women's fed. It was absolutely crazy, like we mentioned earlier. It was a really unique federation, I would say. Holly grabbing the table though, trying to get this to bed early. Both of these girls definitely wanting to rep the women's championship. I mean, I would be too. It's probably one of the nicest looking championships we have. I personally love the Mayhem belt. And just to get it straight, the woman can actually go up for the Mayhem belt as well. Obviously, we'll not have a mixed fight, that's wrong. But if, for any circumstances, we lose a champion, then the woman can indeed have the opportunity to go for the Mayhem belt as well. So do not single yourself out. Jazz really working the post, trying to get Holly a little bit more dizzy, but a kick to the face. That's surely got to say something. And now we're going for a submission. You're not going to make a tap. You can tire her out all day, Holly, but she ain't going to tap, love. You're going to have to do something a little bit stronger, and it involves wood. It involves a lot of wood, and we want to see someone go through it. That's pretty much how this has to end. There is no other way. And we will be going to a ladders match on SteelMania for the Women's Championship. We believe it will be a triple threat match for the Women's Championship. Holly or Jazz indeed, and then we have Katie and Ashley already in and locked themselves in on week 1. If you didn't see that show, like I said, make sure you go check it out. There are a few other women possibly entering the roster who may want a shot. We can't just throw them in, but she's against the table and this could be it. Holly looking to end this and Jazz goes through it. I really hope she's okay, because that looked extremely painful and I don't think Kirst is going to be happy. But wow.
Here is your winner, the Superstar.
Well, there you go, the superstar, Holly Hash. Absolute brilliance. I mean, that match was over in a flick. She did not waste her time, and we'll be seeing her at SteelMania. Wow. Make sure you check this out, guys.
And here we go. I'll tell you what, I've been waiting all night to watch this one. I don't know why these guys seem scary. They've definitely got a little persona. Look at this guy's outfit.
The contest is a last man standing match. Making his way to the ring from Santiago, Chile, weighing in at 205 pounds, Baron Urena.
So here we are, Chile's favourite wrestler, Baron Urena. Now I tell you what, this guy is the AAA World Heavyweight Champion. He actually held that belt for over 2 years. If you've got that on your accomplishments, you're gonna wanna be watching out for this guy, I tell ya. But do not be sleeping on my man.
And his opponent from Dublin, Ireland, weighing in at 224 pounds, Ghoul.
I'll tell you what, Ghoul caught my eye pretty much straight away. This guy, very simple with the mask, but why is he hiding his identity? Questions that we need answers. Information Ian tried interviewing him earlier, but he couldn't get nothing out of him. He just stared at him so melancholy. Didn't say a single word. Everyone was confused, but maybe that's who he is. Let's see how this match fares out. It's the last man standing match, and just like every other male match we've had tonight, it is for the World Heavyweight Championship contenders match. So if they win this, we'll be seeing them in the Elimination Chamber next pay-per-view, which is on Saturday, June the 5th, in case you didn't already know.
That's the bell and we are underway. Let's look at Growl then. He's a little bit of a rookie, he considers himself in this sport. So, grew up in Ireland and he's actually been a champion before in the CZW League, where he is referred to as the Hardcore Messiah. Now, let me tell you something, hardcore and last man standing, definitely two phrases that go well together. Last man standing matches, if you are not sure, is basically at least three times harder than a regular match. Because not only have you got to get your opponent on the ground, you need to get your opponent on the ground and not stand up for 10 seconds. And after Mike got knocked out, Mike got absolutely knocked out earlier by Dan Stevens. We're going to talk to Dan about that. But after Mike got knocked out, we've had to call in a secondary referee, and this guy counts slow. So it's definitely going to be a hard match for these guys. Who's going to come out on top? We don't know, but we're going to find out. And when we find out, we'll know the fourth person in the Elimination Chamber for the World Heavyweight. Goes for the springboard, but misses it. And a kick to the chest. Quite a painful, cheeky kick there, I would say. And I'll tell you what, the athleticism we're seeing from these wrestlers tonight really is impressing me. These guys have given it everything, and look at this now. Around the world we go. And that's going to leave you with a big, big headache. And we have a little bit of camera issues, but I think they've fixed themselves now a flip. And I tell you what, this guy, the Plague Doctor, is absolutely lethal. I was looking at him and I was expecting, we're looking at a guy who's quite strong, who may throw you about in the ring, but I wasn't expecting him to go on the top rope and springboard off, do a backflip, and stars blast someone. I mean, come on. Is there anything this guy can do? He's definitely on my list of impressive wrestlers. And I said at the beginning when I saw this match card, this match would be one for the ages. They're both so fragile. I was about to say so flexible. They're both so interesting, I suppose. They've got these unique personalities about them that make them a good match to see, maybe as friends or maybe as foes. But one thing is for certain, these guys are seriously going to go into town to each other, and I don't know who's going to come out on top. Looking at these other matches, I've sort of, seen someone have the upper hand, shall we say, throughout most of the match. But these guys are definitely well balanced. I feel like this was one of the greatest matchups we've put together in a while. Last man standing as well. Like I said before, I love last man standing. It really tests people's patience in a way, because when I've wrestled in the past, I've watched and I've counted just like Chili's favorite wrestler is doing. He is not hanging about. Even when the count's on, he's still inflicted damage. And these guys, oh my word, that was absolutely sensational. Out of nowhere, Grau comes back on him, and he is not giving up. I tell you what, the hardcore messiah. You can call yourself that, and I think you may earn that title. We're definitely going to have to put you, in a Extreme Rules match. We're not seeing many weapons being used at the moment, so we're definitely going to want to be seeing that in the near future. And this is an exciting time for Kieran Goat to be a commentator, because you're getting to see so many people and so many new wrestlers, learn people's gimmicks, see where they came from. A lot of people from Ireland, a lot of people from Scotland. We're getting a few, people through personalities, and I've really been interested in finding out a lot more about these guys, because they're interesting, definitely. We've got a Chile representative. We don't have many wrestlers from Chile, so he's saying that he's Chile's favourite wrestler. Is he Chile's only wrestler? That's the only question that Kieran Goat's asking. I'm going to have to get Information Ian on the line to try figure that one out. And I tell you what, Grau has some nasty moves, and we're going to learn the move names. We're going to update you guys in a few matches, and actually give you guys the official move names on every single superstar. Like I said, we're learning the ropes just like these guys are learning the ropes. However, I'm learning the ropes drinking a cup of tea and not getting any damage. So whilst these two are kicking the hell out of each other, let's take a moment to talk about the championships that we have up for grabs here at Mayhem. So we do have the World Heavyweight Championship, which is, the ultimate, the big daddy. You could almost hear Paul Heyman said, the reigning, the defending. We can almost hear it. But yeah, we have that belt, and that will be defended, or actually up for grabs. All belts are up for grabs, because no one is a belt holder at the moment. No one has a championship under their name. Totally refreshed. So yes, that belt is going to be up for grabs in the Elimination Chamber, 6-man at SteelMania. We also have 3 other belts. So we have the Mayhem Show belt, which is a belt that will only be defended on show night, so it will not appear at pay-per-views. It is a show belt. It is a flexible belt, so males and females can win. You will not see males and females go against each other, though. Obviously, a woman, may get the opportunity to fight for that belt should a male get that belt taken away from them for any given reason. Next up, just like any good federation, of course, we have the tag team, and the tag team championship is pretty much one of the most, prestigious championships, I suppose, in all of wrestling. It really shows teamwork at its best, and it's interesting to see, we've got a faction already, we've got a few guys talking over social media, teaming up with each other, so it's going to be interesting to see who, comes out and wears that belt, because, to be honest, it could be anyone's game, and I feel like there are rumours, at least, for a 6-man elimination tag for the championship, the tag team championship. Whether that's true or not, you know, we don't have we don't have confirmation yet. We're going to ask information Ian, and I'll tell you what, Grau could be actually looking to end this here. He's got the 7 count, and there is no movement from Chile's favourite wrestler. I can hear the people from Chile going crazy. Wake up, they're saying, and he did in the German to put him back to sleep. That was absolutely lethal. Where were we though? Yes, and we do have the Women's Championship. That is also going to be defended at the pay-per-view on Saturday. So yes, all 3 championships defended at the pay-per-view. The Mayhem belt obviously defended tonight. A lot of speculation and a lot of talk about adding more belts as the roster is just growing so much. We've had to actually close the roster for a couple of days and not take any more applications, but we are considering launching another show. You know, traditionally Steel Cage Wrestling did have 2 shows. We had Mayhem and we had Steel, so it would be good.
You know, it would be cool, definitely, to see 2 shows back on Steel Cage Wrestling, but we need to make sure that everyone gets, you know, a really decent fair shot. And I tell you what, I'm so tired. Everyone's so tired. KNX, the big cheese, is so tired. We are all proper tired. We've been working aimlessly hard today controlling the Facebook group. I know that KNX, the big cheese, has been on Discord controlling a lot of the action on there, and it's expanding. It's expanding in the way that I like to see. I really do enjoy it, but I do, you know, I want to apologise if my commentary is off tonight. You'll be seeing the best of me at SteelMania 100%. But tonight, it's just been a very long day. We're all drinking coffee and we're watching guys kick the living hell out of each other. So the referee is doing another count. Do you reckon that Grau's going to get back up? Is he done? I mean, it's going to be tricky. I mean, I wouldn't be done. You cannot be done. The Steel Cage Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship is up for grabs at the pay-per-view. Can you really lie down? I tell you what, Chile's favourite wrestler is not even letting him lie down. The Plague Doctor is totally going to town on Grau right now, and there is no luck. There is no break for the Hardcore Messiah. Sit down, good night, call his wife, let him know he's okay, but this match has to be over, surely. And I tell you what, he's just not giving in. I do never want to fight anybody from Chile because this guy is absolutely crazy. He's just going in. I see why he's got the nickname, the Plague Doctor. He is certainly giving up a fight right now, and I can't see a way out for Grau. I could not see how Grau can turn this around. This match looks like it's being controlled. He's going for the splash right on the torso already. He's not even waiting for the count. He's not seeing if it'll go to 10. He's immediately back on there, giving Grau more problems, and it's making me ask questions, to be honest. Why is he not waiting? Why is this personal? Is there something he wants to get across to Grau? Is there a message he needs Grau to understand? Because one thing he needs to do is he needs to be patient. He needs to let this clock count. He needs to see if Grau can get up in 10 seconds. Getting close to the mark, and I tell you what, this could be it for Grau. Surprisingly, what? Literally, the Plague Doctor is going to town, not giving in, and that looked a bit awkward. We're going to just ignore that ever happened. And I think Grau could be going for the GTS here, and he is! Good night! I mean, what a turnaround! Chile's favourite wrestler, the Plague Doctor, he had this in his grasp, but he just wouldn't let the 10 count go. He kept kicking Grau, kept nudging Grau, and Grau could actually be patient. And I said at the beginning, patience pays off in a match like this. If Grau can be patient now, he may have this. I think he has. Grau, you're going to SteelMania for the #1 contenders. Oh my word. Patience pays off. The Hardcore Messiah comes out on top, and I honestly believe that the Plague Doctor, given a little bit more patience, could have done that, but he just seemed to keep on wanting to inflict more pain. Pain pays off, but here, today, I think we learn that patience pays off. Okay, so we've had a few issues with the entrances, but we're moving on to the 4-man over-the-top Battle Royale, and we'll just go through who we have on the screen here. So we have Reed, the Happy Assassin, or how he likes to be phrased,
the Black Country Juggernaut, who was the AWW Academy Champion and a Tag Team Champion over there as well, so someone to watch out for. And then we have Crusher Clive. Now, Crusher Clive is this gigantic man that you are looking at. This guy is a force of nature, 400 plus pounds of sheer strength. He doesn't have much speed, but he definitely makes up for that in everything else that he does. However, he's just found himself on the other side of the ropes, but it does not look like he was able to take advantage there. And then on the right side of the ring, we got Red Skull and El Paprika, who are fighting it off. Now, let's start with Red Skull. Absolute OG. Been in the game since 2007. One of the most terrifying prospects when you look at his history. He's, Steel Cage Wrestling Champion, Steel Cage Wrestling Tag Team Champion, CDW Champion, UBW Champion. I believe he was tag team in UBW with Adam Stevens as well. He's worked with a lot of cats that you'll see on this roster, one of the OGs in the game, so you have to put respect on Red Skull's name. Grew up in the valleys, he did, and wrestling was pretty much the only entertainment that he had. Now, El Paprika, the Spice God. This guy scares me, okay? There's not much known about him. He comes from the universe Spiceverse, which makes me a little bit, uneasy. But I gotta say, this guy is absolutely, I love his outfit. His outfit straight away is insane. But yeah, genuinely, Information Ian had an interview with him earlier, and he actually asked him what his past accomplishments were, and he looked him dead in the eye and said, "I'm a Spice God." And that's all. Sign him up to Mayhem. We had him on the show instantly. Anyway, guys, let's focus on the match in hand. We have 2 minutes and 20 seconds gone, but no eliminations yet. This is slightly different to Mayhem last week, where eliminations took place every couple of seconds. And sit down, Reed. Take a minute to relax, because you are in a bit of trouble. The Black Country Juggernaut. I mean, I like that name. Crusher Clive looking for the Crusher symbol. I don't think he's quite going to get it, though, as El Paprika actually interrupts and puts a bit of spice on his name. This is definitely going to be an interesting one. I mean, you could easily look at Crusher Clive and be like, the sheer size of this man, there is no chance he's going over the ropes, right? But hey, anything is possible here. However, the rules have changed slightly, and it's important to note that not only will the winner of this match be going into the Elimination Chamber, but the runner-up will also be going into the Elimination Chamber. So that is an important feat to notice. There is also another change in the main event tonight. The winner will be obviously Mayhem Champion, and the runner-up will be the 6th and final member in the Elimination Chamber. So yeah, a lot of action to come your way. I'm really excited for it. So yeah, you don't have to win this match, to actually be in the Elimination Chamber. So, I mean, technically, as long as you're second or first, you're okay. I'm looking at El Paprika getting a bit distracted, hanging on for dear life there, but Spice God doesn't give up that easy. Please, put some seasoning on this man's name. He knows what he's doing, and he's not backing down without a good old fight. Or Crusher Clive, though, with the crushed elbow right to his face. I think that was actually a hand there. I'm sorry, I'm not good at really watching 4 men going to town on each other. Getting a little bit distracted, I am. Oh, this could be an elimination though. Crusher Clive building the atmosphere, sort of waiting, but he's definitely going for it now. Could El Paprika be out first, or could he hold on? He's done. The Spice God not feeling majorly spicy, and Crusher Clive feeling the ego of the fans right now. There's better times to brag, mate. I think you need to pay attention. You could be helping an elimination there, but you focus on yourself, buddy. It's all calm. There's no problem with that. And I think the Red Skull is looking for the perfect reversal, and it's not over yet. It is far from over. The Happy Assassin, Red Skull, Crusher Clive still going and putting everything into this match. I'm not sure who's going to come out victorious. Like I said, Crusher Clive obviously has a winning edge that we cannot ignore. The sheer size of this guy is absolutely terrifying, so we have to put some respect on that. This guy is definitely going to be a big target to move. I was lost for words again. It's been a very long day for us here at Steel Cage Wrestling. We've had a very successful day with the Discord launch, but We're all tired. We're all very, very tired, and we need some sleep. We need to pretty much sleep the whole of Friday to be ready for the incredible... Okay, the Happy Assassin is going for a run. The guy just fancies a jog. You know, here, in all fairness, you have to stretch your legs. If you don't stretch your legs, you're going to have a few problems. So I think Red Skull's going to stop him and say, hey, you know, we can go for a run another time, mate. But right now, we got a game we need to focus on, right? We need a match. We need to win this thing. If it was me right now and the Happy Assassin and Red Skull, I would just team up. But I feel like Red Skull could be eliminated here. He's definitely looking in trouble. Are they going to team up to get rid of him? Will there be a double team? It doesn't look like it. Red Skull's kicking for dear life, but he's gone. The Happy Assassin and Crusher Clive are the last two men, and they will both indeed be going into the Elimination Chamber. But that doesn't mean that you're not going to try and win this match, does it? That doesn't mean that you still don't want the title of being the winner of the Battle Royal. Of course it doesn't. You have to still give it your all, and I think that Crusher Clive is looking for the unforgiving, the unmistaken, the unapologetic Crusher knee, and it is over. Someone get this guy a Kit Kat, because this man is about to take a well-needed break downtown. Oh, and it is the Crusher elbow. I tell you what, I've watched Crusher Clive fight a few times, and it is honestly just been absolutely lovely to see this guy go and do what he does best. Like I said, he isn't very fast. He does, you know, lose a lot of stamina when he's fighting, but this guy, 1 foot on you and you're done. You know, that's all it takes. That's genuinely all it takes. It looks like he's taking him to the ropes now. Is he going to go for the bear hug? I can't tell how he's going to do it, but I think that Crusher Clive may have this one in the belt, and he does. The Happy Assassin, not so happy, but still sort of happy, because he's going to SteelMania anyway. But hey, there we go.
Here is your winner, the Superstar, Crusher Clive.
Well, there you go, and what a win it was by Crusher Clive, really setting the bar for these Battle Royale matches. We're going to have to get another giant in this federation to really tackle him when it comes to these sort of matches, because what a goat he is. Okay, and now it's time for the Mayhem mouth-off. A few people going crazy on Twitter, but first a word from the CEO. I'm not happy with the incident involving Daniel Stevens and our beloved ref. Any abuse towards my staff will be taken seriously, and I'm booking Dan in a handicap match next week. Damn, that's nasty. But moving on to the main event, the Golden Dragon Ultimate Ace says, after I win the Mayhem title belt tonight, I want a new challenge, and I'm open to anyone who wants a piece of the Golden Dragon. And Jaden Lyons coming straight back saying, big talk for someone who isn't going to win. And just when you thought that was enough heat, Joe Bullingham actually drops in himself and says the only thing you'll win is a trip to the ER after he's through with you. Flex tape can't fix that. Oh, big words by Joe, and Jaden hits back saying, Joe, really sticking up for this fella. Wow, after I win, I'm gonna prove you wrong. Let the spotlight shine. Well, the good news is we have not got to wait any longer. Here it is, the main event for the Mayhem Championship. There is no need to stress how big of a match this is for all three of these guys to prove themselves. It's going to be something special.
The following contest is a triple threat extreme rules match and is for the men's championship. Making his way to the ring from Aberdeen, Scotland, weighing in at 347 pounds, Big Guy.
Here we are then, Big Gus, an ADW champion, highly considered the greatest ADW champion of all time. That is remained to be seen. He did hold the belt longer than anyone, and to me, this guy just looks like a terrifying version of Sheamus. I mean, Sheamus is scary already, but the sheer size of this guy, I think he's definitely going to make an impact tonight. Speaking of impact, here we have the one, the only, Jaden Lyons.
And his opponents, first, from Leeds, England, weighing in at 66 pounds, Jaden.
He has won the IWGP Championship. He's won many indie championships. The guy is known as one of the best in his field. However, he was fired from his previous federation and he's looking to make a name for himself elsewhere. Is Mayhem going to be the place? We're not too sure. There's been a lot of smack, as we saw on the Mayhem mouth-off. These guys have been talking a lot of smack against each other, especially Jaden Lyons has been going in. And now it is time to introduce the third and final superstar we will be seeing tonight. It is the Ultimate Ace.
And from London, England, weighing in at 269 pounds, Ultimate Ace.
Now, Ace grew up in England. He's always, been around wrestling in the smaller fields, a few indie fields, won a few indie championships. Nothing too recognizable though, but he is definitely going to be making an impact tonight. He's talked a lot about how he's put basically an open letter for anyone to come and accept a challenge once he's Mayhem champion. He said anyone can come up for the belt. Anyone can challenge me. There is no one that scares me, and I tell you what, that's a wrestler I like the sound of. Looking proper crazy, and the outfit is definitely pretty fly. We're looking forward to seeing how this match turns out. The first championship match on Steel Cage Wrestling 2.0, will you call it? I don't know what we're going to call it. But, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at the Mayhem belt. It is gorgeous, you cannot lie, it is gorgeous. That rhinestone really making that colour shine, giving that red just a little bit extra of a feel. And there is the referee holding up the belt that is in contention tonight. This is what everyone wants. Only one will walk away in this elimination triple threat Extreme Rules match. Now that is definitely something I like the sound of. Let's get this match underway then. And there's a lot of, strategy, shall we say, when we go into a triple threat elimination match. Especially just a triple threat in itself. Do people team up? Are you going to be the guy who's going to try and sit back and wait for everyone to tire themselves out? What is the strategy? I think everyone goes into a triple threat match different, and that's why I like watching triple threat matches. They're always, slightly different. So we're definitely in for a good one tonight. A few kicks to the massive chest, and I gotta tell you, Big Gus is very, very pale. Can we do like just a little check on him later, make sure his health's all good, because this guy's like white. He's not even, and that's what you get for gloating. Unfortunately, our camera had a little bit of a pixelated moment, but we are back on screen. Gus is on the outside now, and we are pretty much letting the Ultimate Ace and Jaden Lyons go in at each other, and that was ruthless. Absolutely ruthless from Ace there. I'm absolutely loving that. And he's going top rope now. What's he going to do? Is he going to go for it? It's too early on. It's way too early on. He's calling him up. I thought he was going to go for a standing dive then. I mean, look at the strength. Look at the size. The size of Big Gus. I tell you what, when he named himself Big Gus, I thought, this guy's a bit full of himself. Does he really deserve that title? Is he as big as he says? But this guy is massive. That's just obvious. It's right there in front of you. I don't know how much he weighs. I can't remember. But this guy is huge. And there isn't no weight classes. We're not going to be seeing heavyweights against heavyweights and light heavyweights against, this isn't TNA. We're literally going in on each other. We're putting the giants against the dwarfs, and we're seeing who will come out victorious. Now, like we were saying earlier, is there going to be a plan? I mean, if I was in this match, personally, I would be teaming up against Big Gus, because this guy is huge. Let's address that straight away. This guy is massive, and to win this match, you're going to have to deal with him. You're going to have to put him away before focusing on anything else, because it's all well and good, do you know what I mean, jumping on Gus, but Gus is someone who's definitely going to need a lot more manpower than these two cats individually. Together, though, I think that these guys could definitely cause a little bit of a nuisance. And I tell you, Jaden Lyons is showing us that everyone pretty much in this division has their own way of being flexible, and it's very interesting. He's trying to count the pin there, didn't really deserve it, Big Gus, but he's going for it anyway. Got the 2, nearly the 3. I'm liking what I'm seeing with Jaden Lyons with a chair in his hand. Unfortunately, not quick enough for Gus there. You're going to have to be really quick if you want to get someone with a chair. There's 3 men in this fight. Do you know what I mean? You're going to have to want to react as quick as possible.
And I heard Information Ian earlier actually say that Big Gus is like the big friendly giant. Apparently he had an interview with him earlier and he was a really happy chappy. Feeling very positive about this match. I mean, who wouldn't? If you're looking at the size of the, opponents, you're going to feel pretty happy knowing that this is who you're going against. Missing with the chair shot and then a kick to the face to stop him, but good measure. I'll tell you what, that's definitely going to leave a few bruises, and now it's basically Big Goose. Big Goose, Big Gus. Big Gus or Goose, we're not too sure at the moment. Going against Jaden Lyons, whilst we have the golden one, Ultimate Ace, taking a little bit of a breather outside the ring, and now perhaps looking for a weapon of his own to try and bring more destruction into this match. Big Goose has turned around pretty quickly though. We need to stop calling him Goose. He's not Goose. I'm guessing it's Big Gus. If I had to put a finger on the penny, it would be Gus. The chair having a little bit of a glitchy moment there, and Gus is going to go for the slam. I think this is going to hurt your back in the morning. Knee to the back instead, and I tell you what, you wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that. Absolutely lethal. Honestly, some lethal attacks going on here, and it's a quick time to remind you guys of what we have in store. Quickly, a pin count, but not enough. What we have in store, SteelMania coming on Saturday, live on pay-per-view. It will be live on our Twitch. The Twitch will be created by tomorrow morning and will be uploaded on the Discord, so make sure you follow that. It would be great if we could potentially, get affiliated, get a little bit of money going in this show, and then potentially putting that back into production. It would be nice to get an actual microphone so my commentary sounds a little bit better for you guys, and maybe, a laptop, so we can sort of organise it a little bit more, definitely. And anyone, in the staff role in would definitely get help as well. And we're thinking if we do make a little bit of money, I have a bit of an idea of saving up a pot for the Ultimate Royal, which is essentially the Royal Rumble. And the winner of that could actually get a bit of the prize pool. So, just to make things a little bit more interesting and to benefit you. And what a move by the Ultimate Ace, the golden one, now getting a table, and I think he's wanting to put someone through it. We're wanting to see tables. We haven't seen as much action as we would like. He's definitely going for it. He's 100% going for it. He's spinning him around and around and around and around, and he's through the table. He's gone for the pin count. Could it be we got a 1 count? We have a 2 count, but he's kicked out. A table isn't going to slow him down. You're going to have to try a little bit harder. Hype yourself up, Ultimate Ace. Regroup, because Jaden Lyons is not someone who's going to stop immediately. And it's a... what was that? That was one of the most lethal moves I have seen in all my days of commentary. And it's really turning out to be one of those matches that you cannot call at the moment. But anyway, like I was saying, RKO! Sorry to quote Jim Ross, but an RKO out of nowhere. That was absolutely incredible. Didn't keep Gus down for long, though. Will the kendo stick perhaps have a little bit of a different say in that? Ultimate Ace really must be just building composure at the moment and watching these guys fight. Jaden and Gus are absolutely going for each other. Falls count anywhere, by the way. Is that a baseball bat? That's an actual baseball bat. These guys are giving everything to get themselves on that ticket, to get themselves into SteelMania on Saturday. And I tell you what, this match is absolutely crazy at the moment. No one giving in. I'm not really sure who's going to be going out first. These moves, these wrestlers and these moves, and the pin stopped. Kendo stick straight to the Ultimate Ace. I don't even know why. He could have just let that happen, but he is not. Big Gus is leaving no prisoners. He's leaving no stone unturned tonight. He definitely is out for blood, as you can tell. Another weapon. We have the baseball bat, and it's not even enough on the first shot. Oh my word! The Ultimate Ace has just turned absolutely lethal. There's blood. There's pain.
And of course, there's passion. There is everything that you want to see in a Mayhem match. And I tell you what, I cannot call this, but someone will be wearing the championship belt. Someone will be going home victorious. And the runner-up will be going to SteelMania in the Elimination Chamber match. So I suppose it's not all gloom for the runner-up, but the person who goes out first. Oh, what a chair shot! What a chair shot! This main event is certainly bringing the name, and it's promising. Whoever put this match together, I think this match was really just fueled with beef, drama, none of them getting on the socials, everyone looking, pretty much for beef, and a back chair shot. I tell you what, Big Gus must be feeling pain. What on earth just happened there? I don't even know. I have no idea and no words. Another chair shot, and Big Gus must be in trouble. I mean, everyone's in trouble right now. This is anyone's game. This is honestly anyone's game, right into the ringside. I can't call this. I cannot call this. It's just going left. It's going right, up and down. The referee doesn't even know where to go at the moment. Everyone is just out for blood. Everyone going in for each other. Remember, this is an elimination. No one is out yet, but we do have a finishing move. The powerbomb, the biggest powerbomb in sports entertainment. Big Gus lands it and he goes for the pin. Could it be it now? We got a 1, we got a 2, and we have a 3. Jaden Lyons has been eliminated. Sit down. Ultimate Ace now with the baseball bat, throwing it on the floor. He doesn't need a bat. He's going for, what is this? He picks him up. What strength? What strength to pick up Big Gus. And I'm telling you, that must take a lot of strength, a lot of determination, and this man really wants that Mayhem belt. I don't think Gus is going to give it easily. He's looking for another weapon under the ring. What's he getting out now? A ladder. A ladder to the face, and this is turning into one of those disgustingly beautiful matches that you love to see. A ladder to the face, and that's surely going to do some damage now. Who's going to come out victorious on this? Gus throwing the ultimate one back into the ring, the golden one, shall we say, the golden dragon, the ultimate ace, call him what you will. Gus going for the top rope, and a punch to the face. Gus! Now that is the fist of God. He's going for the top rope again. He's not quite done. And it's a splash. Good night. Surely it's good night. 1, we got a 2, we got a 3, and we got a new champion. Big Gus is officially the Mayhem champion. Who would have thought it?
Here is your winner and new men's champion, Big Guy.
So there we have it. The first champion reign in Steel Cage Wrestling goes to Big Gus. He holds the Mayhem belt, the show belt. This belt will only be in contestation on main show events. You will not see it at pay-per-views, but Gus proves why he is the absolute tank that he is. What a match. What a show. That was absolutely crazy. Thank you to everyone who tuned in tonight. We hope you have a great night, and I hope you tune in for SteelMania on Saturday. It's going to be off the rails. We'll see you then. As always, I've been Kieran Goat. Take care.